karena cinta. Karena kita Indonesia, jangan pernah terpecah belah. Walau kita berbeda, walau kita tak sama, tetaplah satu kita, kita Indonesia sesungguhnya. Lawan samudra terbentang khatulistiwa, di situ ku ada bersamamu saudara. Warna kita suku tak selalu sama. Kau aku Indonesia yang disatukan karena cinta.
Voice of Indonesia, the overseas service of Radio Republic Indonesia, broadcast in 9 language services: English, French, German, Dutch, Spanish, Arabic, Mandarin, Japanese, and Indonesian. Voice of Indonesia is broadcast via shortwave 3325 kHz and 4755 kHz, and via streaming on voinews.id and RRI Digital on mobile application. We present various programs for you: Diplomatic Forum, The Session, Indonesian Wonder, Miscellany, Let's Speak Bahasa Indonesia, Indonesian pop and regional songs, international musical entertainment, as well as news and information about Indonesia and abroad. Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
Voice listener, in this modern era, especially the modern day of technology, internet can be an access to many great things. But if you don't filter it quite right, it can cause problems. So, a term that is most popularly known for today is actually brain rot. So, brain rot is a colloquial term that refers to the negative cognitive, emotional, and behavioral effects resulting from purposeless, repetitive, and excessive consumption of trivial, unchallenging, and low-quality digital media content, primarily for short-form entertainment. And today we will discuss about that with a special host about today's topic of brain rot with psychologist Ibu Dr. Zarina Akbar. How are you today?
Hello, Mas Ray.
Hello, how are you today, Ibu Zarina?
I'm doing well, thank you. And you?
I'm doing well as well. Good as
okay.
well. So, speaking of brain rot, many things I've seen many kids, especially like the early age until sometimes in high school, that like sings lots of random songs like Skibbity Toilet or maybe like the most popularly known today, Tung 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 Sahur. Even though it
Yeah.
came from Indonesia, it still considers brain rot. So can you
All right.
explain to me what is the main cause of this brain rot actually?
Okay. Thank you, Mas Ray. Yeah, when we call or when we discuss about the brain rot is very interesting phenomenon right now because actually it's like what is brain rot? Like you said, Mas Ray, that brain rot is a state of cognitive decline or mental fatigue, and it influence our brain functioning. Yeah, and what the causes of the brain rot actually the brain rot is caused by the prolonged or exposure to overstimulations, especially in a digital content. So the main cause of the brain rot is the first is like overstimulations related to the digital content and also like neurochemicals imbalance in our brain. Yeah, and also it's like to the behavior habits that favor ease and immediately over the effortful in our cognitive engagement in our cognitive functioning. So that's such many causes of the brain rot phenomenon. Yeah.
Okay, so from what your explanation, many kids especially have brain rot, but is it like a specific target for kids or maybe like adults can have brain rot as well if they consume too much
Okay.
unnecessary entertainment?
Okay. Oh well, when who is the most vulnerable in the brain rot? When we discuss about the people like the most vulnerable, actually it's not children and adolescents. Like some of the people also vulnerable to the brain rot, specific in targeted in specific populations. The first like is brain rot is very vulnerable. The first in children and adolescents. Yes, why in children and adolescents very vulnerable with the brain rot because as we know that the brain in children and adolescents is still undergoing critical development, as we know that particularly in specific part of the brain that we call the prefrontal cortex. So prefrontal cortex is part of our brain and it's related to the attention planning and also self-regulations. So it's very important in undergoing development in children and adolescents. So they are become the first targeted specific vulnerable. But in spite of children and adolescents, also like people, young adult with high exposure to the short form content also is vulnerable. Also like people with the even or heavily relate or engage over consumers with the in internet digital content something like that is also like in very high risky. So yeah, many people targeted specific groups also vulnerable in here, I think. So the first is children adolescents, but also young adults or people with the high consumers or heavy in digital consumer also is very risky. Yeah.
Yes. So from what your explanation above, is the brain rot actually happens because watching unnecessary consumption of entertainment, or is it can be used for like development of like special skills, or is it just a unnecessary thing to do? Like, can you explain that?
Yeah, brain rot it happens when we overstimulate or when someone that overstimulate with the prolonged exposure in a digital content. So like when they watch digital content or digital devices, something like that, in the long terms periods, in long terms, it also if impact or give the influence also to the brain rot uh, conditions. Yeah.
Okay, but can it be cured? Or if the person is like, can you can say that have a brain rot, consumes too many unnecessary entertainment, can it be
Yeah.
cured? And
Yeah.
how do you cure it?
Yeah, yeah, for sure that the brain rot can be mitigated actually. It can be mitigated or it can be cured for sure. Why? Because brain rot is not a like permanent neurological condition, Mas. It reflects the maladaptive cognitive pattern actually. So one of the principle in our brain that we call it neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity, it means that our brain have the function or have the ability that can rebuild again the healthier circuits with sustained effort in our brain. So it's not like in long-term neurological condition, it can be cured, it can be mitigated. And the next question is like how the way, right? How the way to mitigate, how the way to cure these conditions. We can like many strategies that we can use to cure or to mitigate this. Like the first, like we call it digital detox. Like digital detox is like how we can reduce overstimulations in our brain so that we can like how to consume, we can manage the time to consume to relate with these kinds of digital or content. Or also like we can use like the we call it's like many activities like in offline activities, like how that we can try to improve our activities uh, our interaction, social interactions, direct with others people in offline condition, not on with online or with devices only. Like we can use we can implement like many activities such as like sports, arts, or maybe we can talk chit chat with our friends directly. It can also like try to our mitigations effort or cure to avoid this brain rot condition, mas. So yeah, we can sum that it can be mitigated with the digital detox, with our offline activities, with our more mental mental health activities again, with directly not only with the device or not only with online activities, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so it is really interesting from your answer before, but I would like to know, since the brain rot actually happens from like watching the social media, or does it actually happen like, is it contagious to some people? Because if I might say, there's something called Tourette's. Like they repeat the same thing, and then like if you startle them like ayam, and then go like ayam 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 ayam, is it like the same as brain rot? It will contagious to other people if they keep hearing the other person saying those content.
Yeah, yeah. So brain rot is like if this condition is like prolonged exposure with exposure or with when someone exposure these conditions direct in exposure in every day, for sure that it can be give like impact or influence their cognitive functioning, yeah, in long-term effects. So how to prevent or how to mitigate again, like my answer before, that we need to stop it. We need to directly we can stop or we can try to manage how to maintain the consumptions of the digital. So we can see that digital is not only in the negative side, right? We can also like in the positive side, or we can see in the both of side, and how to make it balance. I think in our daily life, I think the most important things in here, how we can manage and how to make it balance in our life. So we can also make it balance, not only focus in our digital devices only, but how we can make it balance also in our activities directly with people's within social interaction. I think that's the most important things also.
Okay, so speaking of the contagious side,
Yeah.
what kind of, there's games are really popular in today's era, especially for the young people, the kids. What type of games do you not recommend for the parents to give to their children? especially if they are giving them free use of tablets
Yeah,
and
yeah.
phones.
Yeah. Okay. So the interesting that what kind of actually what kind of online games before I answer that question, Mas, how what kind of online games that can help develop children's brain? I think our parents it's very necessary to know about these things first, right? What kind of the healthier the healthier online games that we can provide to our children, or we can recommend to our children. The first is like how we can provide the games or online games that can stimulate the problem solving or the spatial reasoning to our children. Like we can give like some like online games related like game type like puzzle or logic games, something like that, or strategy stimulation game, how we can try to use stimulate to planning their system thinkings. And also we use these kinds of digital technology to support as a tools in our educational processing, as a tools in learning, like learning science, math, literacy, and how to we can use like collaborative online games. So it stimulate the social skills, communications, the teamworks, and also the music or rhythm games stimulate the auditory. So in spite of those things, when we give or provide the online games, it's only like as a games without any stimulations. I think it becomes a dangerous for our children. So I think it's very important to make like a digital literacy also for parents in here. How we can provide or we can give the online, the healthier online games for our children. So it's not only the way how to make our children become more calm or more relaxed without
Yeah.
annoying their parents. Yeah, but the most important things, what actually the goals or the aims of these games. I think people or parents in here needs like to concern about these things. So in spite of not only for just entertainment or just make it relaxing or calm, but the way how to like the goals of the games or the aim of the games is also become more focusing or concern to parents to give the online games for their children. I think like that, Mas. Yeah.
Okay, so like a repetitive game that is using cognitive and thinking
Yeah.
is good, but
Yeah.
a repetitive game that doesn't train the brain, it's just like make them calm is bad. Like many
Yeah.
games, especially in mobile stores or
Yeah.
application services have
Yeah.
that type, so it's the
Yes.
parents' duty to filter it. You can say
Yes,
that.
yes, indeed. And it's not only how to stimulate in our cognitive, in the cognitive aspect in our children, but also we do concern also in the other aspect, like the emotional aspect, the social aspect also. We can provide these kinds of online games or healthier online games for our children. So the most important things how that we can provide or we can give the online games for our children that can stimulate the many aspect of their development in these children. So they can like give more optimum development for the children's. Yeah.
Okay, so for the final question, I would like to
Yeah.
ask you, what is your message, or what do you want to say for the children, especially for the parents, if the children can understand, maybe for the children as well, on your message on how do you use social media properly so you don't get the brain rot?
All right. So maybe we can see like a closing statement in here is that social media, digital devices, and so on is only a tools. It's only a tools that can help us provide us many informations that we can use as a tools for learning. We can use it for get many information is very important, or many access, we can access information in a very very fast, and also we can get many things, we can learn many things from these kinds of digital technology. But again, it's only a tool, so please be wisely use these kinds of digital content, be wisely use this, and we do not forget that the most important things is not only the processing by online, but also in the offline activities. That's the most important things, online and offline. So how the way we can make it more balanced, I think, so we can get a more healthier uh, our brain, in our brain, so uh, we can also healthier is not only in our brain but also in our emotions and our social life, so we can make it like more, our life is more balanced, and I think it's become more healthier and happier. I think that's it, Mas. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bu Zarina, for your time and answers in this today's special interview. And voice listener, as we've heard before, brain rot can be prevented by reducing gadget time for children and managing your social media correctly. So playing outside is the best way to develop children's brain and also the health, and although even though it also apply to the adult as well. So reduce your contents, filter what's good and what's not, and go outside, touch some grass. And thank you so much for listener. My name is Ray, and thank you so much for accompanying me in this special interview in VR Talk, and I'll see you in another episode. Stay tuned with us in Voice of Indonesia for more amazing interviews only on Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
Voice of Indonesia. VOA.